Now, seeing blood consistently can also have an impact on you psychologically. It does leave some sort of trauma. That's why before a female learns to deal with her menstrual, she may seem a bit unstable, and her actions may seem irrational. But once a woman learns to master herself and seeing blood all the time becomes normal, she's able to integrate very well. Now, even for people that slaughter animals like butchers, this isn't a good thing for them in reality. It's because it's a violent act, it's having to shed blood and butcher them. So this can influence them in a negative way. Now, there are also communities that consume blood as a way to make them fierce in war. That's because by consuming blood, you become more violent. And violence committed unto the animal will often leave an impact on them. So whoever has the position of, like, say, a butcher or these people in the community will tend to become more violent. So there's also a religion that emphasizes the importance of draining all the blood after slaughtering it. So the people who gave this knowledge, they understood historic knowledge behind blood and the consumption of it. Now we could talk about how blood is an intelligence and a medium of thoughts. So first off, whatever you think often leaves an imprint in your blood. So let's just give it a wild example. If you was able to scan your blood, you would be able to see all your thoughts. Blood is more like a memory disk, and it can store all the thoughts that you think. That's why you'll be able to do that. So this is why a lot of the time it's not encouraged to have negative thoughts. These thoughts tend to be poison. It's like you think of it and it gets in your bloodstream. And then once that's in your bloodstream, it's like that vibration creates a conflict inside your body and it can result in a disease. So as you create thoughts, be aware that you are leaving imprints in the blood. Now, the thoughts of your ancestors have an impact on your present life today as well. So some characteristics may be desirable, some may not. So for example, witchcraft or alcoholism, those are not desirable things. But generations down, they can still find the information from these things. You can still have the info that they have. That's because it's stored in the cells. So if you see negative traits running through your lineage, it's going to be upon you to basically stop it. You have to learn to transform it and acquire positive traits. So basically like being a generational curse breaker. So now let's say if we're talking about generational curses and these run in your family, like running your family meaning somebody cursed your grandfather and it's being passed down. It's being passed down is because that information load is carried into the future generation. And you can get rid of them by not repeating the patterns. So of course you have to observe the patterns, the positive and the negative, to understand what you're battling up against anyways. So once you start breaking these curses and applying positive things, your body will start learning new info. And then eventually you'll just be passing down good traits. Trauma is also something that is passed in the cells. So even trauma from your great-grandparents can haunt you. So let's just say if your parents inflicted negative wounds on you, this is up to you to cleanse yourself and not be narcissistic to your children. It's just to limit the amount of trauma. So once this trauma is registered in the cells, it's like future generations will tend to pick up on it. So if, for example, things like anxieties, fear, alcoholism. So if you're harboring negativity or thoughts of envy, then those things also can be passed down. And for another example, that's why they would say, oh, she's just like her daddy. Oh, he's just like his father. Stubborn like your mama, stubborn like your daddy. So blood does have the capability to sense and object things that don't belong in the body. And it can even launch an attack against those things. So that just shows right there that there's a form of intelligence in it. So let's just say if somebody is having a blood transfusion, when it detects that something is coming in, so say that the thing that's coming in is not compatible, it will tend to attack that. And it would try to destroy those foreign cells. So bottom line is to understand that blood is sacred. Blood really should not be mixed. It has info about your genes, and it also contains a blueprint of your unseen spirit. This will be your metaphysical spirit. This is nothing to take lightly. This is literally where your life resides. So that's all I got for you. Bye.